Hello, Owl Pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents my review of James Cameron's Avatar: The Way of Water, the sequel to the blockbuster film Avatar, years in the making. Have those years been worth it? Well, I'll let you know what I think in a moment, but first, caution, spoilers ahead. If you don't want to know anything about the film, you might want to turn back now. With that out of the way, my review of Avatar: The Way of Water. It is the film event of the holiday season, and James Cameron has once again proven himself to be one of the great filmmakers of our generation. Magnificent cinematic achievement, breathtaking visuals, and exhilarating action scenes. There is little doubt that Avatar: The Way of the Water exhibits the highest achievement in CGI. It is a masterpiece of visual storytelling. However, what is an over 3.5 hour feast for the eyes is supported by a story more suited for a film of an hour and a half, two tops. Though there's nothing inherently wrong with the story, it's fairly straightforward with no real surprises or dynamic twists. But it is evident that 90% of the thought about this film was for its visual appeal rather than its story. The returning main characters are nice to get to know again. Sam Worthington returns as Jake Sully, and Zoe Saldana returns as Neytiri. They have a nice, loving family now with all the family dynamics that come with it. Also returning in the film, Stephen Lang as Colonel Miles Quaritch. I know, he died, right? I thought so too. But they at one point downloaded his memories and thoughts into a computer and have uploaded it into an avatar. So now the Colonel is back and hell bent on getting his revenge against Jake Sully and his family. There are many new characters, but the standouts to me are Britton Dalton as Loak, and his relationship with Payakan, an intelligent whale-like species known as a Tulkun, is the highlight of the film, in my opinion. Uh, Also, a new character, Kiri, played by a returning Sigourney Weaver, whose original character, Grace, died in the first film. Kiri is Grace's daughter. Um, I didn't know she was pregnant, but, let's go with it. Kiri has been adopted into Jake and Neytiri's family, and they love her like their their own daughter, of course, and has someone who has a little crush on her, and that is Spider, Miles Socorro, the human son of Miles Quaritch. That's right. I didn't know the Colonel had a kid either, but he's played by Jake Champion, and it is nice to see the human who's trying to be turned by his father still come out on the side of good at the end. I know many people will find the messaging of the film pretty heavy handed as it relates to the natural world. All the stuff about climate change and whaling. No, I am against whaling, so don't start anything on me. Man's relationship with nature, and it's not a bad message, and James Cameron does a very effective job at imparting his views. The first film vilifies the humans who are taking lands from the indigenous peoples and the wanton destruction of the beauty of nature. And that theme continues in this film, and it is mentioned briefly that the earth is dying and that humans plan to make Pandora their new home. How the story goes, well, we'll have to wait and see. There are more films to come, and there is definitely more story ahead, of course, and that is hinted to in the conclusion. Avatar: The Way of Water is a remarkable film, and though it may be overly long, it is comparable to being in a museum and staring at art for several hours. Yes, the story may be somewhat lacking, but the film is beautiful, and the filmmakers deserve the highest praise for their accomplishments in this film. Now, I went back and forth in my head for, well, it hadn't been that long because I just finished watching the film about an hour ago. And I thought to myself, what do I really want to give it? Does the lack of a big storyline hurt the film? Not that much. So I'm giving it 4 stars. It could have been 4.5, maybe even 5, if the story was a lot more tight, a lot more, you know, uh, just give it a lot, just give it a little more uh, thought to. But it is a beautiful film. It is absolutely gorgeous, top to bottom. Uh, the the amount of effort that they put into this film definitely deserves praise. Now, is it financially feasible that they do a film like this? I'm not sure. Uh, it's going to need to bring in a lot of money to to recoup its costs. That, of course, we'll have to wait and see. The original Avatar is the #1 film in box office history, not adjusted for inflation. That still goes to Gone with the Wind, followed by Star Wars, just in case anybody wonders. But this film definitely deserves to be seen if you love nature documentaries, like sea documentaries, and you love those blues and greens and that underwater look. It was done so well here. It is an absolutely gorgeous film to look at. I did feel the time on this a bit. The story could have been trimmed. I think this film could have easily been trimmed down. It would have lost a lot of visual beauty, yes, but it would have tightened up the storyline. But darn, it's just a nice film to look at. So 4 stars, kind of a just barely 4. It got there. If that story was just a little bit better, a bit of more solid 4.5, a few cool twists, maybe we got into 5. But it's a solid 4 star film. I've really come around on the Avatar franchise. I was not a big fan of the first film when I first saw it, but I saw it a second time with friends. Just that's why I call my show Films with Friends, because it's always better to experience a film with friends sometimes. It gave me a new appreciation for the first film. And I watched this film alone, but I really did like this film. And I hope you guys, if you decide to watch it, like it too. So, Avatar: The Way of Water, definitely. If you're a fan of CGI effects and are interested to see what they're able to do now, it's definitely one to check out. I hope you like this review. If you have subscribed to my channel, Big Al Presents, I hope you do so. More reviews, rewatches, and rambles in weeks and months to come. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And share it. Get the word out there. I really appreciate that too. And of course, whatever you do decide to watch, be it Avatar: The Way of Water or one of the other wonderful films that are coming out, or at least we hope they're wonderful films. I hope you enjoy what you are watching. find something you really want to see. Go watch it. I hope you love it. Take care, everyone. And until next time, goodbye.